some exercises today for Juji Gatame. I like Juji Gatame, and I hope you do too. It's a great technique. And this exercise here will really enhance how you lever or pry an arm free when you're trying to get a Juji Gatame after you rolled your opponent over. So we're going to work on the specific muscles that really will help here. And I'm using, and I hope you have it here, I'm using a cable crossover machine. I'll show you a little bit later, if you don't have a cable crossover machine, how you can use this as well. If you just have a big post to do this on, it's a good idea. So to do it on that as well. So anyway, let's look at it. What I want to do is pry the arm free and pull it back and straighten it out and get the guy to tap out. So this exercise really helps for that. So we'll do several things here. First of all, I'm using a moderate weight. It's about 50 or so pounds of resistance, and I'm going to be using just a basic curl or a basic bar here that's hooked up to my machine, and I'm going to be going back, straight back first like this. And I'm not curling. I could be curling. I could do that. That's great too. It's a great exercise for this. I would recommend it because you need good arm strength for this. But I'm using my whole body. So I'm using my whole core area, my shoulder, as well as my arms, and also my hips and legs, but I'm really using the core of my body here. So I'm right fairly close, and I'm doing straight back. Now, that's the basic way. Now I can go one side, and the other side. And that's what I would suggest you do. Do one side, back, and to the right, and to the left. Okay, so back, side, side. And you're using this. Now, you can adjust the grip, adapt the grip somewhat, where you can hook it with your arms, like this, okay? You can grab it any way you want, and you can do the same thing, like this. See how I'm doing the movement here. So I'm going back, side, side. And the reason I go side is because often when we're prying the arm free, we want to pry it against the shoulder, so, you know, it works better to get that lever, that pry that arm free. So I might have to go sideways. Okay. Now, I'm keeping my legs bent slightly like I would in a real situation, like I'd be controlling them in a leg press or a Juji Gatame position. So, you know, I want to keep it as realistic as I can. So this is another good way too. So again, this way or this way with a bar. Okay. All right. Now, we'll adapt that where we can use grips, some handles here, I should say. And I'm picking them up here like this as such. And I'm going to hold here like this, and I'm going to do the same thing. If you choose to do this is also a good movement here. So back, side, side. Or you can just go back, straight back if you want to. That's fine, to the side. And again, this is a good way to do it. You're using a little arm work in this case. And also, if you want to do this, you can pull this way too, so you get a little more arm work. See how I'm pulling in? You might have to pull in a little bit to pry the arm free, to lever the arm free. So this helps in this movement here like this. See how I'm kind of rolling it in. There are little things that really add up to a big thing to get that arm free, to work with different muscle groups. If you play around with this experiment, you can probably find other variations to use the handles as well. Here's a good way to work on your Juji Gatame pulls with your cable crossover unit using a good old-fashioned judo belt. So let's take a look here. Just loop it through. And guys, I know you use these for chikomis, a lot of other exercises. I do too, have for years. The judo belt is a fantastic piece of equipment to train with. So here we have it here. I tie it up here. I got it hooked into my 50 pounds or so resistance. What I'm going to do is make this a little more realistic than I was with the handles. I'm going to be hooking here a little more. Now I can use my hands as well. I'll show you that in a moment. But what we're going to do is get the judo belt hooked up here, and I'm going to hook it under through this one arm here at the inside of my elbow, wrap it around for safety so it's good and tight, and then hook the other one under it too. See that like this? Okay, now I'm going to go back, and there we have it. And it's a great core exercise for all the muscles you use in doing Juji Gatame when you're pulling back to lever the arm free. You can go sideways to the angle, like this is good. But I would say also a set like one to the back, one to the right, one to the left, one to the back, one to the right, one to the left. can do those in sets, 5 sets of 10, and just finish out. It's a good exercise. Do as many as you can at the end of a workout. However you want to use it, this is really great. Another thing you can do besides hooking with your arms, which you want to hook and get the whole body weight to use to pull the arm free, to lever the arm free, you can also use these with your hands too in gripping. I can hold it here like this, and any type of gripping movement I want, and just pull back like this if I want this as well. Or if I just want to curl with it, one hand or both, and I'm just curling here to get some arm strength, a little more functional, realistic arm strength of grabbing cloth, in this case a belt. You can do it with a judo-gi sleeve, anything you want to do here. Do it with a rope if you wanted to. But a belt really works great because they're plentiful, we got a lot of them. And also, rather than a rope will kind of cut into your arm, the belt does not. So it's a good thing to have here in the gym. You'll use your belt for a lot of different reasons, and certainly for working on your
Now, you can use the same thing, same type of training, if you don't have a cable crossover unit. So let me reach over here to get my bands. You can get bands on eBay, anywhere you get them, sporting goods stores, get them in different levels of strength. This is a pretty good, strong little band here. If I just wanted to tie this onto the bar, so I've got a good resistance here, and I can do the same thing here, and do the same thing like this. So I don't really necessarily need a cable crossover unit with the weights to do this. You can also hold different ways to do it, any type of exercise you want. But again, you're getting this movement of pulling for Juji Gatame. Okay, one last thing. You don't have a cable crossover machine. You can also use a plate or dumbbells, kettlebells, anything you want to hold. You can hold it to your chest and do it back like this. You can also do this seated on a bench. I remember years ago, I learned what we call a Danik twists. They were named after a weightlifter, I think, in Hungary or some Eastern Bloc country, and back in the 80s, and he did these a lot for his core work. But you can do the same thing you want to do here for the kind of core work you need for Juji Gatame. So you do the same thing with a plate, or barbells or dumbbells or anything else. So these are some exercises that a lot of people don't do to help your Juji Gatame, to help you lever that arm free and get the tap out.